Topic is heterocycles containing Sb, that is your antimony and bismuth compounds. So moving on to the heterocycles containing antimony, here we are studying the 5-membered as well as 6-membered antimony containing heterocycle structures. Okay, so 5-membered antimony containing that such heterocycles is called as the stibole. Okay, stibole is nothing but it is the 5-membered antimony containing heterocycles. Remember this point, it is very important. Don't get confused with the stilbene and the stiboles. Okay, and then moving on to synthesis part, in the first reaction you can see here you are taking the starting material as the lithiated compounds. Okay, you are attacking the 4 of the substituents are attached with the phenyl rings, that is your 1,4-dilithiotetraphenyl butadienes. Hence when it is treated it with the dichlorophenyl stibine. Okay, this will Sb is nothing but you will tell for antimony. In this reagent you are telling it as a stibine. Okay, when it is treated with the dichlorophenyl stibine, then you are getting the pentaphenyl stibole. With the cleavage of the lithium chlorides, you will get the cyclization takes place, and once the cyclization will takes place with this reagent, then you will get the pentaphenyl stibole. Okay, upon presence of the air, that is your oxygen, and then the oxygen will come into picture over here. The addition of the oxygen will takes place, leading to the formation of your oxides, that is pentaphenyl stibole 1 oxide. In the 1 position the oxide is present. Okay, so this is the one of the reaction synthesis part of your antimony. Then moving on to next, how we can synthesize the antimony is from the Grignard reagent. This is your Grignard reagent, and okay, then when we are treating the Grignard reagent with the dibromo-alkyl stibine with the cleavage of the 2-MgBr, that is your magnesium bromides gets cleaved out, it undergoes cyclization process to give you the stibole compounds. Okay, moving on to next slide. So here what happens, we are taking the metal such as your sodium, okay, and then we are treating it with the dihalo compounds. When the dihalo compounds is treated with the sodium, then the sodium bromide is getting cleaved out, leading to the formation of your what happens here, the attack of the stibine compound, antimony will go make one bond with the CH2 group with the cleavage of the Br, or then you are getting cleaved out, the NaBr gets cleaved out, and you will result in the this structure. Okay, then moving on to the heterocycles with this will be like stibane compounds. Okay, then moving on to the bismuth compounds, that is your heterocycles with bismuth. When the lithiated biphenyls is treated with the dichlorotriphenyl bismuth, then we are getting the ring cyclization will takes place in this part. Okay, lithium chlorides are getting cleaved out from here, and you are resulting the 5,5,5 triphenyl dibenzobismol. Okay, triphenyl dibenzobismol is present obtained from this lithiated biphenyls. Okay, then moving on to next synthesis. Here if you will see, we are taking the dilithiated beta trimethyl silyl styrene. Okay, this compound, when this starting material is treated it with the dibromophenyl bismuth, then 1-phenyl-benzobismol is present. Alright, here what happens, the lithium bromides gets cleaved out by the formation of your 1-phenyl-benzobismol. Again when it is treated it with the protecting group, that is the protecting group is used, the TBAF. The full form is here, okay, tetra N-butyl ammonium fluoride, which is the quaternary ammonium salt. Okay, quaternary ammonium salt, or that will act as a protecting group for silyl ethers. Protecting group TBAF is the protecting group for the silyl ethers. So this gets, when this gets protected, then you will result in this structure. And then when you are adding the methyl lithium, when this compound is treated with the methyl lithium, then in phenyl lithium gets cleaved out, resulting you in the 1-methyl benzobismol. Alright, then moving on to next, the methyl and the lithiated substituted at the butadienes. When we are taking the butadienes upon treatment with the diiodophenyl bismuth in presence of ET2O, diethyl oxides, 2,5-dimethyl 1-phenyl bismol is obtained. That will be in the yellow viscous oil. Here all the reaction is just like an addition reactions. Okay, only the cyclization will take place in this heterocyclic reactions. No need of doing the other mechanisms which you have done in the reduction reactions and all. Okay, this is just a cyclization with the cleavage of the lithium iodide. And when you will see the metal, and then when you are seeing the halo compounds, that it will cleave out, and you are doing the cyclization of the other molecules. Okay, when this gets cyclized, then you will result in this structure. Okay, you have studied pyrols and all, right? So it is similar to that pyrols compound. Okay, and then only addition is bismuth is added, that's it. And then moving on to fourth reaction. Here when the zirconium compounds, one second, okay. So when the zirconium compounds that you have studied the transmetallation reaction in the organometallic chemistry. Okay, this cyclopentadienyl compounds of the zirconium compounds metals. So when you are taking this compound and if you are treating it with the bismuth trichloride, right, then what happens, the dicyclopentadienyl zirconyl chloride gets cleaved out. Okay, upon treatment with the bismuth trichlorides, this is getting cleaved out, and you are resulting in bismuth chloride over here in this position. Okay, first position. And once it is treated it with the phenyl lithium, then the lithium chlorides is cleaved out by the formation of your phenyl compounds. Instead of the chloride, the lithium will go and bind with the chloride. Li plus Cl minus will cleave out as the LiCl, resulting you the phenyl will go and attack to the bismuth, and you will result in this product. Okay, bismuth product. Moving on to next slide. Here the alkynes are treated it with the zirconyl complex. Okay, zirconyl cyclopentadienyl dichlorocyclopentadienyl zirconium complexes. So when it is treated it with this reagent, and then what happens here is the cyclization takes place. Okay, once the cyclization will takes place with the alkynes, you will get this 5-membered structure. Okay, after the formation of the 5-membered structure, then what happens here is you are treating it with the iodine. Alright, once you are treating it with the iodine, then the ring opening will takes place. Okay, when the ring opening, after the ring opening of this reaction, one second, wait. Here no, just make a slight change over here. If you will write it as the SiMe3 twice, then only this reaction will takes place. SiMe3 C triple bond C SiMe3. Okay, that's why you are getting 2 SiMe3 compounds over here. trimethylsilyls. Okay, once you're treating it with the iodination reaction will takes place, is then the ring opening will take place in this system, and then upon treatment with the butyl lithium and the phenyl bismuth iodide. Okay, when this compound is treated with this, again the ring closure will takes place by the formation of the bismuth compound, phenyl bismuth compounds. Okay, moving on to next reaction, and here again we are taking the zirconyl complex. Okay, that is your this compound we are taking, and we are treating it with the bismuth tribromide. When we are treating it with the bismuth tribromide in presence of diethyl oxide, then what happens here is this complex will get cleaved out, Cp twice, Zr and Br twice from here. Then what is left here is bismuth bromide, bismuth Br. Okay, and so that will go and attack over here with the cleavage of your zirconyl cyclopentadienyl complex. Alright, then will result in bismuth complex over here, bismuth bromide. Okay, and then moving on to next, if we are taking the dibutyl tin complex, okay, cyclic structure, when it is treated with the bismuth trichloride upon treatment with the THF, then what happens here is with the cleavage of the butyl chlorides, tin chlorides, two of the chlorides will cleave out with the butyl. Okay, butyl dichloride with the one of the tin metal will get cleaved out, then will result in this 1-chloro-2,5 dimethylene in 3,4 moving on to next slide, that is your 6-membered bismuth containing heterocycles, that is your bismabenzene. This is your bismabenzene. Alright, so here we are taking the tin substituted dibutyl complexes, this aromatic complex. When this is treated it with the bismuth trichloride, and then this goes away, tin dibutyl will goes away with the chloride substituent from here, and you will result in the bismuth chloride here. Again upon treatment with the DBU with the cleavage of HCl, okay, with the cleavage of HCl in presence of this reagent, what happens here is one of the bond, there is the shifting of the bonds over here. Okay, the hydrogen will come here, and then this bond will go with the cleavage of the chloride molecule. When this will takes place, then you will result in the bismabenzene. Alright, if you are taking in the next reaction, that is you are taking the biphenyl compounds with the methylene group attached to it and the A2 of the magnesium chlorides. So when this compound is treated with the bismuth trichloride upon treatment with the Ki and THF, then ring cyclization will takes place with this bismuth trichloride with the cleavage of the magnesium chlorides. It's you will result in this structure. Alright, moving on to next reaction, when the Grignard reagent, when the two Grignard reagents is attached to the CH2 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5, BrMg CH2 5 MgBr, okay, di-Grignard reagent. This is your di-Grignard reagent. When this is treated it with the methyl dibromo bismuth, you will result in the methyl bismane. This is your bismane, okay, methyl bismane in bismuth benzene, bismane. So again, if you are treating it with the dimethyl bismuth compounds, and then also you will result in this product formation, bismane complex, bismane product formation. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. In the next class, I will be dealing with the mesoionic compounds. Okay.